Are you sure? Are you confused? Why are you using him? For those who think that there are limits or rules about how strongly they feel about humiliating the other side and how much they are willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen, time to wake up. Some time ago, I posted a video, and in the thumbnail, I wrote rape to humiliate, which I think I'm going to reuse because I want to continue this topic. This time, a story from Germany that doesn't involve Germans, but regardless, is very telling about the future that the world might be facing, because things that we have taken for granted, maybe we shouldn't have, really. For example, I don't know how many times I've been asked, is this a man? You mean a woman, right? You mean her? I think you have a mistake. No, I don't have a mistake. I was talking about a man. What? I thought homosexuality is not allowed in Islam. So yes, it was a man. They do it to men. There are reports of mass rape in Iran that they are doing systematically against both men and women. No discrimination there. You can say they're woke-minded when it comes to trying to make sure the other side would fear with every fiber in their bone the consequences of defying the Islamist ideology. No, there is no limitation to what they're willing to do to get to that goal. Thank you for understanding that point. And no, it didn't happen to me. It was something that happened to somebody else. I just brought up the article, and he was the first person that had survived and was willing to talk about it publicly. A lot of people that went through that are still in recovery. They cannot talk about it. It's really hard to deal with the consequences of being completely losing control of your body like that. And for those who were wishing it was me or it will be me in the hopes of threatening me away from YouTube, it's not going to happen. That's not going to work. And I wish those comments would make people understand what we are dealing with, but clearly people do not understand that no, there is no real difference between real life and internet. You see, lately we've been having this misconception, this thought, oh, people are saying online things that they wouldn't say in real life, like those raging anti-Semites that are willing to shout and say that all the Jews should go to the same place, which is underground, or like pieces, I don't know, like air, but mostly everything falls down, and even if you burn it and turn it into ashes. Well, I don't know why people think, oh, it's in the internet. In the internet, people are bold. No, let me tell you something. I've been hearing those things straight to my face since childhood. It's not an internet thing. It's a real life thing. And people who are like that on the internet just would look for an opportunity to be like that in real life too. It's not as far-fetched as some would want to believe. It's not. And this story that my friend had sent me is from Iserlan. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. A 30-year-old man who was opposed to the Iranian regime was brutally treated in the same way the survivor of the Nova Festival had been treated, which is gang rape. 4 to 6 Iranian guys, because he was against the regime. It's systematic. It's on purpose. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's something they plan for in advance, including a lot of other things they had planned for in advance. They brought drug to drug people. They brought, I don't know, like the documents they had on them. And they do the same thing to the people of Iran. And people in Iran are saying it time and time. And the Yazidis are saying it. But they are not being invited to talk anymore. Yazidi women cannot tell their story. Iranian women, Iranian men, Iranian people, people from the Middle East, Copts, none of them, Muslims, none of them can tell their story because Islamophobia, because the holiness of Islam is above everything. And how convenient it is for those who systematically use that as a tool to show and strike fear to anyone who is opposing Islamism by trying to dismantle them on the most fundamental level. So yeah, and how awful. Can you imagine? You come to a new country trying to escape the tyranny that had made your life miserable, to build up yourself, to adhere to Western standards, all those areas in the world that were like taken for granted, the fact that your government and the jails are not gang you if you oppose the regime the way they do to anyone they catch in Iran. Any woman that doesn't wear a hijab and disappears, any man that is partying, anyone. They all get it. Well, I guess you can say that it is equal treatment, right? Because seriously, I just think the wokester mind is at this point is so deranged that this actually might be the only thing they focus on. Really, I lost hope. So we have this saying in Hebrew, those who feel mercy for the cruel will end up being cruel for those who deserve mercy. And by bringing in all those deranged, awful human beings to Europe and to Western countries, you have taken away the ability for those who actually deserve a second chance, those who are real refugees, for women, for children, for those who oppose the Islamist ideology and the Iranian regime and everything that had made them need to escape their country from to begin with. They have now nowhere in the world to go. Nowhere. Why? Why? Because in this stupid attempt to look good and feel good about yourself. No, man. No. This is what this is what is happening. No, you're not. When you're protecting Muslims, you're actively raping Iranian men. When you are protecting Muslims, you're actively cutting off parts of the intimate parts of women so that they would not have pleasure. Actively. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please consider supporting my channel. I don't always have anything monetized, and when I do, it actually gets demonetized first, then back and forth and things like that. So it's kind of a luck situation. So maybe I'll be lucky this time, maybe not. But thank you for watching.